Hey, fun people! Welcome to Everything Aja. If you're new here, hello. My name is Aja. I'm an educational consultant who helps teachers and homeschool moms manage effective reading instruction. And I do that by breaking down reading and all the different parts of your reading block and making reading as fun, simple, and systematic and strategic as possible. And here on Everything Aja, we have a moment to just let our hair loose, talk about everything under the sun in education. So on Saturdays at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we always get on here and we talk about hot topics in education, baby. And today's hot topic is all about should teachers be fired because of how they look. There's been a huge controversial issue about this, and it is time for us to talk about it in our Chat It Up Saturday. Woo woo. So I'm ready to talk. Give me a big thumbs up if you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about, and girl, I could not wait to talk about this with you. But let's just dive right into it. Don't forget, definitely want to welcome you. So always comment down below your name, what you teach, and where you are from. Woo, woo. All right, so let's talk about it. Catch you all up with all the tea. So this is Miss Diaz. Hey girl. She is a New Jersey preschool slash kindergarten art teacher. I put both grade levels because I have seen so many controversial things, but I think it really is preschool. But somehow kindergarten got attached to her, so we're gonna say kindergarten, preschool, that age group, right? Kids that are no older than 4. She is an art teacher from New Jersey, and right now parents want her fired because of how she looks. I mean, we would be lying if we did not see she is fairly shaped. So, what you guys would think? Like, if this was your child's teacher, do you think that they should be fired because of the way their body is right now? Teachers are literally like not even teachers at her school. There are other teachers from other counties that have seen her pictures and they are all rallying up against her, stating that she should be fired just because of how she looks. I mean, so they're in counting and count, they're putting in count, her upper area, her bottom area, and her waist. And they're like, hey, she should not be teaching children. And they claim that she should not be teaching children because her body, quote unquote, is too distracting for students. I don't know about you, but I did not go to school to look at how my teachers were shaped. And I hope my kids weren't either. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Chat It Up Saturday. Let me know. Don't forget, let me know where you are from and what do you teach down below in the chat box. So definitely introduce yourself down below. This is a community. It's time to talk. Get all your input out. So, talking about this New Jersey teacher who went viral. She ended up doing a viral video just on the internet venting. This is how all this started. She was just venting about all the controversy about her getting fired because of how she looked. And that video went viral. And then so many other teachers all over wanted to comment and parents wanting to comment, and it's been crazy. So let me know, have you seen this on the internet? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Joy, hey Joy, say good morning. I think she has a lawsuit to file. Okay, so you think the law would be on her side? The law would certainly be on her side. The crazy thing is all the comments. She was talking about all the comments that she has received. And I just included some of the screenshots that I saw talking about those are insecure mothers. This one I was dying about. That mother overheard her man talking about that teacher to one of his friends. I can only imagine all the dads that are like, baby, I'll go pick up our daughter. I'll go to the school. I'll volunteer. I'll do whatever they want. And it's so crazy. Like the fact that parents, I guess that's where we are now. The fact that parents could really literally go to the board and petition for this teacher to be fired because she has a nice shaped body. Like it's insane, but this is really what's happening, and because of the video it has gone completely viral. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so glad to see you on today. We're talking about this New Jersey art teacher that they are trying to fire because of how she looks. So she actually claims that the mothers at the school that she teaches at, she was like, because she did like this whole other video, but she claimed that the mothers of the parents of the kids she actually teaches are some of her biggest supporters. And when the video went viral, she stated she thought it was funny at first. She was like, I thought it was a joke that so many people wanted me fired because of how I looked. And then it kept going and it kept going. I mean, I saw it on Shade Room. I mean, this thing has went everywhere. And she was like, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny. Everybody's like in my business. She was talking about all the crazy things. She feels like though that women are more supportive of her keeping her job than men are, which is really crazy that men think she should be fired because of how she looks. Like it's the crazy thing. Like Joy was saying, I think she has a lawsuit, but like the fact that this is where we are, that this is an issue. But I have some other controversial topics. Give me 1 second. But I wanted us to look at the comments. Another one that said she sounds like she's a distraction to their husbands, and that's why they're jealous. Died out laughing for that one. She's distracting kids who just left kindergarten. Like you got to think about the age group of this kids. Like even if she was in high school, I don't know. What y'all let me know if she was a high school art teacher, would that make this any different? Do you feel like if maybe she was teaching high school, they would have more of a ground to stand on than her teaching 4 year olds? Because she teaches like preschool, kindergarten. So it's like I don't know how much of a distraction she actually is. But let me know. Do y'all think that the age that she teaches actually matters? Or do you think either way she should not be fired because of how she looks? The other thing that's crazy, she said she's received so much controversial and disrespectful comments from men. She was talking about how the men come and they say all these nasty things to her, and she was like, it's just really crazy that um the things that men have said to her. She was like, it's been so disrespectful of some of the things that she's heard, and she's written down below in her comments. So definitely crazy. I saw some other comments that they aren't even in kindergarten yet. Like what? They're not getting distracted. They're not looking at her body. But it is a thing. It is a very hot topic that is all over the internet that is dealing with education. So I wanted to know, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Do you think that she should be fired based on her looks, or are you on her side? Like her look should not determine her qualifications to teach art to preschoolers. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I was wanted to comment for me, because y'all know I love talking about controversial things, but I don't think she should be fired because of how she looks. Let me just state that. I do not. I feel like one, nobody should be fired based on their looks. And I feel like the fact that it has gone so far that it has become such a big hot topic just shows that education isn't really important anymore. That it's not about the degrees you have. It's not about the love you have for your students. It's not about what you do for your kids anymore. It's about how you look, basically. I mean, if you can get fired based on your look, then who cares about the other stuff? So I don't know. My 2 cents is I am pro her. I don't feel like she should be fired for how she looks. I think being fired is extreme. I think that's an extreme measure. I think if the parents felt some kind of way, then just request a class change, but let's not ruin the girl's entire career because you are insecure of, you know, her body and how that might be distracting. But the crazy part is when I listen to her interview, it sounds like a lot of the pushback and the parents that are trying to get her fired aren't the parents of her actual students. So it sounds like the people that she actually teaches, they have grown to know her and they don't see the body, they just see her soul. So the crazy part is that most of the people that are wanting her to get fired aren't even her parents. And she was like, her actual moms are the main ones. She was like, my moms are going down in the comments and trying to have my back and be supportive. But it's all the other trolls out there. Hey Bonnie, he said that is so discriminating. Yes, it is. It is like basically she shouldn't have this job based on how she looks. So I definitely agree with that, that is a form of discrimination. But it makes me think, and so I'm ready to bring up mine. I don't think teachers should be fired based on how they look, but there should be. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we could do because as a mom, I personally had a very similar incident come up. So I got to tell y'all about it. Hold on. All right. Joy said you could not fire her if she had a disability. Disfigurement or if she was overweight. So I can't imagine how you could fire her for this. That's a good point. Because yeah, but think about it. They've gone to the Board of Education about it. So they trying. But you're right. I don't think they see it as discrimination. I think they see discrimination more like of things that people can't have, like disability, being obese, so I don't know. It's kind of crazy that there's some leg to stand on because it has become a thing. And if you think about, okay, maybe like even in this picture, you know, on the screen, like that dress, I mean that skirt, that's not super tight. Like it's not like she's wearing anything where she's revealing her body. Now though she is wearing jeans on Fun Friday, and those jeans might be tight, but it's like, is that against the admin's rules? We don't know her school rules. So you say you're taking it upon yourself to ask that viewers like the video. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely like this video. Help support the channel by hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. That definitely just helps other people come in and join in on the conversation. So, thanks for that. All right, I'm ready to spill my tea real quick. Y'all keep dropping down your thoughts. Definitely keep dropping down your thoughts. Thank you for the big thumbs up. So controversial issue. When we're talking about that, y'all brought up a good point that technically it is discrimination. You're discriminate like it's discrimination because it's the same as somebody said that this person should be fired because they were black or Hispanic, because I think she is Hispanic. But basically it is discrimination. You say, good morning, you're late. Girl, you still on time to join in the conversation. We're talking about this the New York preschool art teacher that parents want fired because of how she looks. So we're dropping in our thoughts. We've reached the point that we've said it is discrimination. That Joy earlier said she has a lawsuit on her hand. But I am actually about to be devil's advocate real quick, and share my personal story. So as a mom, we were enrolling my baby in pre-K this year. And I can't even lie, we went to two different pre-Ks, and both pre-K teachers at both schools were men. And I was like, that's crazy. You said you saw that. It's a very big controversial thing. So let us know your thoughts. But both the pre-K teacher, like both our options were both men. And I was like, okay, well, that's different. Didn't say anything. And then the second school, not only was it a man, it was clear that he was a little feminine. But what really drove me was he had like black fingernail polish, and he had like the Illuminati sign on his fingernail. and it rubbed me the wrong way as a mom. Because I, not trying to make this a religious thing, but I am a very firm believer in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and so is my daughter. And my daughter will go to school and she's going to pray to Jesus, and that's just the thing. We talk about God all the time, and it was just um it was just in my soul. I did not have to do a class change, but she did get a class change for other reasons, and God just worked that whole thing out. God just worked it out. But not like I wanted to get that teacher fired. I think that's a little extreme. But what does happen when you said that would rub you the wrong way as a Christian? It did. It was a lot, and I was just like looking at the sign on his fingers, and I was like, okay, this is a lot. This is a lot because I know how my daughter is at school, and I'm praying for her to go to school. Like it was a lot, but God worked it out. Crazy part. Just to let y'all know how she got the class change without me saying anything, because all of this happened during open house. But I ended up knowing. I didn't even realize that the person I knew was the assistant principal at her new school. And so I saw her, I was like, hey girl, she was like, what class is your baby in? And I told her, and she immediately was like, I'm going to change that. I was like, cool. I didn't even have to say anything. So it was clear then. I mean, I know because I have been the one. I used to do class sizes. I mean, class list. That's literally a part of my job. Y'all, a lot of y'all know. If you don't know, I have been an administrator for 6 years. I was the curriculum administrator, pretty much a curriculum AP, meaning I was like the assistant principal over all teaching and learning, kindergarten through fifth grade. So I did all of the academics with every subject area, in addition to creating the classes, doing kids above and below grade level, the whole shebang. And a part of that is creating classes because you want to create balanced classes. And so I know, like a lot of you guys know, like even in a school, you have certain teachers that are more qualified than others, and so forth. So God worked it all out, but not saying that I felt like he should have been fired, but not at all. But like what, I don't know, parents issues with this lady, but it's like what happens if your teacher like doesn't, you don't agree with what the teacher is? Not saying it's, it is a part of discrimination. I don't know. It's a very interesting topic. Like what does happen as a parent on the parent end? Now, in this case, it was no reason. I don't feel like it was a reason for her to be fired because she was fairly shaped, but just wanted to be devil's advocate and ask you, like, as a parent, if the teacher rubs you the wrong way, whether it be religious reasons or so be it, then what should you do? What should you do? For example, these parents, it rubbed them the wrong way, and they went to the Board of Education demanding her to be fired. So what should you do? Should it be as simple as going to admin, maybe requesting a class change? What do you think? What How much power or rights do you guys feel that teachers, I mean not teachers, parents should actually have? You said right, to each his own. Yep. But I don't have to subject my child to that. Yep. So piggybacking on that, so then how much power do you think that parents should have? Because you do, who your child is around, they're around the teacher more than they're around, at home. Think about it. Kids are at school 8 out of the 24 hours of the day, then they're asleep for another 8 hours. So out of 16 hours of the day, your child is not with you, and they're mainly with their teacher. So you want to feel like they're in good hands as the teacher. Hey Brenda, Georgia Pre-K, whoop, whoop, Rainbow Academy of Learning. He said, please don't do that to your child. Please don't. Shout out to Georgia AM Pre-K. Whoop, whoop. I've never heard of Rainbow Academy of Learning. Where's that? Like, what part of Georgia? I guess I should ask. What part of Georgia? I'm from Georgia too. If y'all didn't know. And I used to do pre-K. I did pre-K for years. Um, so I did pre-K at Child Care Network, and then another private pre-K, and then so I've been kind of some everywhere from Carrollton to Cobb County when I used to teach pre-K. So interesting to know, what side of town. But yes, so it seems like from all of you guys, we are all pro Miss Diaz, that it's a form of discrimination, but it makes us think. Okay, so at what point do, or at what extreme do parents have? Because I feel like as a mom, it's weird. One thing, like as an administrator, it's like, oh no, parents don't have a say so. She's qualified. Y'all know we're under a teacher shortage right now. And if a teacher is qualified, we're like, hey, get them in the classroom. But then on the other end, it's like, well, as a parent, you're like, it's, I don't know, it's definitely like a catch 2020. So I'm definitely open to your thoughts. Decatur, Georgia, where is greater? Okay, Wesley Trap on Rainbow Drop. Okay, I know where that is. Okay, hey. I'm not too far. I'm like south. That's about like 40 minutes from me, but not too far. Not too far. But welcome. All right. And so just definitely a controversial thing. And that's what we do here on Saturday. Just talk about controversial topics, and y'all let me know if there's another topic that y'all want to talk about. But definitely saw this in the media going viral about how so many teachers wanting her to literally get, not teachers, but parents wanting her to get fired. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think that now this is where we are. But I feel like it's going to even get worse as race becomes a bigger factor in schools, as homosexuality becomes a bigger factor in schools, and other things that like parents are going to start, pretty much trying to discriminate against teachers. I think we are kind of like moving in that direction. Unfortunately, it seems like everybody has a say so. So it's like, at what point do we draw the line? Like, your voice is nice to be heard, but who does have the ultimate say so? Um, he said, "You feel like we don't have any teaching standards anymore. Teachers can come to school today looking any kind of way. Now that, hey, I'm concerned as collegian. Sometimes I don't think, okay, that's another good thing. If you think about, like, that just made me think about pretty much like appearance, right? And so when we think about appearance of school, and I'm guilty, I can't even flex, especially during the pandemic. We could wear jeans every day. Let me tell you, there was not one day I didn't wear jeans. Not one day. And then the way my school was, we could wear jeans on Wednesdays and Fridays. I was wearing jeans every Wednesday and Friday. But I felt like I didn't, like, if you go back to where it was like back in the 80s, back in the 90s, like teachers dressed up, they had the whole button ups, and how they dressed as far as like the outwardly appearance was different. Like, you could literally look at somebody and be like, oh, you look like a teacher. And they'd be like, how do you know? There was a teacher look. But y'all are right. Like, have y'all seen the other viral thing that's made me think about the whole little teacher bay? Because there was another teacher bay a few years ago, and I feel like every few years there's a new teacher bay, or a new teacher that looks really good, that wears like tight jeans, and they go viral. And so you're right that teachers, their appearance have changed. And we come to school any old kind of way. Like, you will go to your homegirls at a concert, and so that's a good point too. That is definitely a good point. You said you were a summer transition coach for Rainbow Academy for 3 summers. Hey, y'all might know each other, because Bonnie taught in that area too. Woo, woo, small world. You never know who you're gonna meet on the internet. You never know. Okay, Joy said, I honestly would not ask for my child to be changed out of a teacher's class unless they actually violated code or policy. Or here there was a serious issue with my child. And I feel like that's a good point too, that the whole issue with your child, that maybe that needs to be the line, that once it becomes an issue with your child. But I know, like, I had an issue at my daughter's last school. The teacher, she wasn't even certified. And she was just doing all kinds of things, and they still didn't move her. So I don't know. I guess it's just Hey, I guess it's all up to administration what they want to do. Oh, he says, say it louder, Keisha, for the people in the back. Somewhere along the line, there has been okay, hold on, I gotta go back. I'm sorry. Y'all know how you try to read some a whole bunch. Oh, you rechanged it. Yes, because it is is it Keisha? Make sure we're saying the right Keisha. All right, there we go. All right, so say it louder, Keisha. Somewhere along the line, teaching has become oh goodness, goodness. Is it oh my goodness, synchronous? Y'all might have to help me out. Um y'all gonna have to help me out with that one. With looking like something the cat dragged in. Synonymous. There we go. I had a moment. I had a moment. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a moment. Synonymous with looking like something the cat dragged in. Where's the professionalism? That's a good point. You said we had a dress code. It has changed some. We can wear jeans and a nice shirt or a teacher t-shirt. You spent your day much different than those in the 1950s. Yes. A lot of schools, I feel like, do they have dress codes still? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Teacher dress codes, because I know a lot of schools, like here where I am in Georgia, the kids are required to do uniforms, even in the public schools. Kids have to do uniforms, but the teachers don't. So teachers can literally wear whatever they want to wear. But I guess the dress code is like business casual, but they really don't push it. You really kind of could wear whatever. I know when I used to teach at this other school, like when I first started in the public school system, we had this one teacher that she came in looking like she was going to a club. Her hair was all kinds of colors. She had purple hair, she had blue hair, she had all kinds of hair, and I mean kinds of color, color in the hair. I'm sorry, I'm just getting over a stomach bug. So talking is like this is the most talking I've done in 72 hours. But so she used to come to school all kinds of ways, and the admin never said anything to her. And we had a dress code, but it just seemed like it just didn't apply. So that's interesting to know. Like, okay, is there a dress code, or where you guys are? Is there actual dress code? And like Joy said, things have changed since the 1950s dress code to 2000. It's 2022 now. So we've been in the 21st century. So what should the dress code be? Because if you look back at the pictures of her, the very teacher, we're talking about, that first, I feel like that first picture, there's nothing wrong with her dress code. The second one, she is wearing tight jeans, but if you could wear jeans on Friday, should there be a thing that your jeans have to be loose, like, and at what point are we taken away from just showing up and teaching kids? Because I mean, with a body, I'm not trying to say, like, not like my body is just so not right, but with a body like that, I can only imagine that it's hard to actually go find places that have jeans. I mean, I don't have these problems, but I'm sure that she can't go anywhere to shop for jeans. So maybe those are the only type of jeans she can get that are really tight. So then that adds, okay, so on jean day, because a lot of schools do jean day, does that now need a certain stipulation to it when we talk about dress codes? Okay, you said the managers and principals are responsible for enforcing these codes of conduct and dress policies. Your last few years in public school, those kinds of things were not even addressed. I do. I feel I can totally see that, and I feel like as we continue to progress in education, that there's so many bigger fish to fry, that dress code has just kind of gotten pushed to the back burner. Think about it. We were on here talking. There's barely any teachers in the classroom. Like, it's hard to just find a highly qualified teacher. It's really good to find hard to find somebody, a qualified teacher that actually cares about education, that shows up every day and does their job. So imagine all of that. So then when you do get somebody like Miss Diaz there, that's going to show up every day to teach, then hey, I don't care about her dress. I don't care about what she looks like, how she's shaped. She's showing up. So I think it just kind of got maybe gotten pushed to the back, the back burner just a little bit. So I said it right the first time. So it's Keisha. Oh, so it is Keisha. Okay. So it's Keisha. Now, if she was teaching middle school, the boys would have made her reconsider her attire. Elementary kids don't really pay attention to that. So that was I brought that point up. I know you said you got on a little late, but I brought that up. I said, what would the parents have more of a right? And I said high school, but I was like, if she taught high school or but you brought up middle school or high school, then would that change? But like elementary kids expect maybe fifth grade now, fifth and fourth grade, but she teaches literally the preschool babies. They're 3 and 4. They care about is a tootie tie, like all little cute stuff, like the colors, because she teaches art. Like they just care about that stuff. Um, but so that's a good point. Like you said, the boys would make her reconsider because I'm sure the boys will be saying some crazy off the wall things to her as kids do, because that's just how kids are. That's just how kids are. I know. Oh my goodness, I never forget, and this is gonna be a little much, but like kids will make you feel so insecure. Especially like I remember one kid, just one kid. Y'all know, like after you have a child, how you have like it's like the little kangaroo pouch. You get a little bigger after you have a kid. Hello, where all my moms are. Where are all my moms? But after I had Kendall went back to school, I never forget this little boy. He was looking and he was just like staring at my stomach. And I knew what he wanted to ask me, like, didn't you have the baby? And I was like, yes, I had my daughter. And he was like, oh, and I know exactly what he was asking, but like in his mind. But yeah, kids will say some stuff or think some stuff or will kind of insinuate. So you're right. The kids probably will make her change her mind. Okay, so for your county, you say you guys do dress conservatively and of course comply with the student dress code. Okay. So like business professionals. Okay, cool. But you've never been paid like them. Now you guys dress for the job that you do. Okay, cool, cool. You said in your district you guys can't wear tight clothing. Okay, see, I've never seen it where the tightness of clothing was in the dress code. Because I think that's more of Miss Diaz's issue is her jeans are like fitted. And so I mean, hey, I've always taught elementary school, so I've never seen it. So that's interesting, Keisha, that your county actually says no tight clothing. If you wear leggings, then you can wear a long shirt, in the same way the girls as well. Now, I've seen, and y'all, I have seen a lot of, if you go to like other schools, like I know other schools that don't really have a lot of minorities, they dress the same way and kind of a lot of tight. See, like I was always taught business casual is not like tights and stuff like that. So I've never really worn tights to work. I have not. I just can't do it. But my assistant principal used to all the time with a long, like she would have like the long button down with tights. And she was the AP and like I was like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I just feel like maybe now that school is becoming more modern, it seems like the dress code is shifting. And so, because the dress code is shifting, is what we're doing more provocative or more distracting. I feel like it may not be distracting for kids because at the end of the day, elementary kids, they just care about the really fun activities. But it makes us go back to the whole subject with Miss Diaz because there's now a whole controversy based on how she looks and how she dresses. And so it brings up a very interesting point. You remember admiring how your teachers used to dress. Oh, you always remember them looking professional. You can't do anything about your shape. Well, some people can. You're funny. But you can certainly change your attire. Yeah. And I feel like maybe in Miss Diaz's case, like you said, she can't really change that she is shaped fairly blessed. But maybe like the tight jeans, maybe she could like I don't know, maybe stick to more loose skirts or more baggier jeans, something that's not so tight fitting and controversial. Oh, you said tights are not for work. Okay, so you were a little like me. I was like tights for work, but like I said, my AP used to do it all the time, and so I think as things become more modern, people just adapt. Bonnie said she was upset because a fifth grader was suspended because the teacher says he was looking down her shirt while assisting him with math. She was not even held accountable at all. Ooh, now that's an interesting one. I would love to know your thoughts about what Bonnie just said. So it sounds like the teacher was wearing something a little bit more loose. Like this is a great example of distracting. Like for Miss Diaz's case, they said, the way she's dressed. They didn't even, I'm not dressed, the way she's shaped is distracting. Her body was distracting. But in this case, I feel like this is something that can be changed. So the teacher clearly was wearing something that was revealing, and the fifth grader, the student was suspended. Now, I don't agree with the student being suspended. Maybe a talk to both parties, but dang. So the kid was suspended because he was looking at what the teacher was showing. And then you have to think about it. You like as the adult, like you don't want to, I don't know, expose children to your goodies. Like if you're bending down knowing that you have like a loose fitting shirt, oh, clearly they're gonna be able to see something. So in fifth grade, y'all know how fifth graders are. I've taught fifth grade for years. They're like little mini humans. I mean little mini adults. They're not humans. Clearly they're humans. I told y'all my brain. But yeah, that's crazy. So I agree with that maybe the teacher should have been held accountable. I don't know if consequences should have been issued, but I definitely feel like you're right. Maybe the teacher should have gotten a talk and the student just a talk, but suspension is a little extreme. Um, he said she was. I could imagine. I could imagine the that climb and the push up bra. Oh my goodness! Of course, the child looked. She was standing over him. Right, you're right. Hormones are raging in the fifth grade, and if you're dressed to par, kids are gonna look. Um, and I know even with me teaching fifth grade, you do have to think that. Wait, for me, I always had to dress older teaching fifth grade. Are we are we back on? I am sorry. Woo! I'm back on. I'm back on. Y'all, computer completely died. So hopefully y'all can see me. I'm back. Sorry about that. Computer died, had to run, go find a charger and everything else. Woo! All right, let's keep going. Thank you guys for being patient and holding on. All right, so we're talking about this student that was suspended for looking at the teacher's cleavage because the teacher was wearing a very provocative shirt and the kid looked down as she was trying to help them, and I don't agree. I don't think that the student should have been suspended because of it, but y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like it was mainly the teacher's fault? Like, I feel like the teacher, hey, if you're going to put on a show, don't get mad that the kids are watching. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You said you're certainly you're not certain her jeans are really tight. Okay. If it's dress down Friday, they wear jeans. Very true. Since she's so shapely, people say it's too tight. Now that's a good point too. Because if we really sit and think about it, you know, based on how you are shaped, people could say, that it's too tight. Because, like, if we look at, you're right, if we look at the picture, if she was like really, really small or really, really skinny, would we even care, that they were fitting jeans? So that's a very good point, too. I appreciate your opinion as well. That, hey, side, you're right. So then that goes based back to discrimination, like we were talking about earlier, because technically you could have the same jeans if her body was shaped just a little different, then those jeans would have been a-okay. So hey, like mine, they would have been a-okay on me. We would have been okay. He said she needs to wear a camel sole. People need to get back to wearing undergarments. Very true. Even with button down shirts, if it's too tight, you can see everything, girl. Everything. So do y'all think, okay, and think, y'all know I like to be a solution maker. So what do y'all think as far as an education? How do you think it should be addressed? Like, maybe should that be something that's addressed maybe during pre-planning, maybe in college? Like, do we need to teach people how to dress? Like, should that be a thing? How you should dress? Like, when you become a teacher, the do's and the do nots. Like, because I feel like the more modern that school's getting, there's a new generation teaching. There's a new generation teaching, and they may not know the certain things. Like, for example, they thought a button-up shirt was professional. They didn't realize that every time they bend down, the kids can see their cleavage. Because y'all know those buttons, you can see everything. So I agree with that, Keisha, because I know exactly what you are talking about. So do we teach them that in college? Does the school need to teach them? Like, whose responsibility is it to explain the do's and don'ts when it comes to dress code? Like, who should do that? Let me know who y'all think. Like, should it be on the school level, maybe the college level? Does it need to be a course, or like a mini course in school? Like, the fact that it even has to be a conversation is a problem, but maybe it's a problem that we're not so far on. Like, I remember, like, I did not even, y'all know, I love dyeing my hair, but I always wanted to dye my hair purple, always, but I just never had, because of professionalism. But that was something that maybe I learned with like my parents and the way I was brought up versus clearly it's okay. Like I said, I had a coworker, her hair was purple, green, blue, obviously some of every color in her hair. And she used to dress very, very provocative, but I don't think people really commented because she was heavy set. And so although her stomach was a little out, people would be like, oh, okay, oh well. But if she was shaped like Miss Diaz, they would have said something. But she was wearing the same type of stuff that you would wear to like a bar or the club, and she was teaching little kids. So it makes a really good point. Like, are we hypocritical? When I say we, I just mean like the not the media, but just like people in general, the masses. Because like on one person, it's okay, but another person it's not okay? Or do we set the same bar no matter who you are, no matter where you are? You said the principal should have addressed them both. Okay, the teacher should have been called back in and dress code addressed. Yeah, right. And you serve concerning working with adolescents, student not suspended but counseled. I agree. I agree. There needed to be a talk with both parties. But I think suspension on the kids, that was extreme. For looking, do you know these kids are made to look, they are little boys. They're going to look. Like I know. Oh, and this is a good point too. Like when it comes to upper elementary, who in here, y'all just let me know, who in here has taught or currently teaches upper elementary? Let me know. Like I teach, I taught fifth grade for years, loved fifth grade. I taught fifth grade and pre-K both for years. I know completely opposite ends of the spectrum, but that was just my thing. And so let me know if y'all taught upper elementary, because upper elementary, I feel like, and there should be, when talking about teacher dress code, it needs to be across the board, no matter if you're teaching the babies or upper. But in upper elementary, let's just be real, those kids are checking you out. No matter what you look like, they are checking you out. I had kids that told me they had a crush on me. I had kids that wrote me love letters. And I wasn't dressed any kind of provocative. That I like naturally, I'm 5'4". Let's break down the basics. I'm 5'4", meaning I'm short. I'm the same height as most of my students. Do you know how? So, like, I had to dress like I was the adult all the time. Like I was telling y'all a minute ago, like I had to, when I went to go put on clothes, I'm like, what can I wear to make it look like I'm the teacher? Because my kids were taller than I am. They were bigger than I am. And naturally, that's just kind of where we are. I remember being in fourth grade, and my fourth grade teacher got beat up by one of the students. Will never forget that moment. Never. But my teacher was short. And she was really mean, y'all. Really mean. It'd be funny if she saw this one day. But my teacher, and she got beat up by one of the students. She took a desk, was like, pimp. It was crazy, y'all. Crazy, craziest thing ever. But and she never hit the girl back. I remember being in the classroom running, and but she did. But she looked like the kids. We were bigger than she was. We were taller than she was. We weighed more than she was. People were more physically developed. This was in the fourth grade. They were more physically developed than the teacher. And so then going back to actually teaching the upper grades, you have to be cognitive of it, and you have to be aware, like those kids and that age gap are, some of them are sexually active. Some of the kids, I never forget, we went to the bathroom, and I never y'all, the teachers, we found a condom in the bathroom. Oh, we sat down, all 100 kids. Of course, none of the kids came up saying it's mine, but we had to talk to the kids like, y'all, school is about learning the whole 9 yards. Because one, I don't know, and y'all let me know down below in the chat box. I feel like sex education is out of the classroom, or like it like went away. I remember being a kid, and uh, this would be another great chatted up Saturday conversation. But I remember being a kid, and there was a tire talk, and we actually got the abstinence credit card. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but Dare used to come for drugs. The D, I won't do drugs. A, I won't have attitude. Who remembers Dare? But they used to come so that we wouldn't get on drugs. And then we had the sex education classes that would teach us things. So we was like, birth control, your period starting, but all of that happens in upper elementary. So it's crazy to think that the boys aren't physically checking out their teachers at that age. And there has to be some kind of line in place, because as teaching the upper grades, okay, there we go. You say you're currently fourth grade, but you've taught fifth through eighth. I used to teach eighth grade too. I did eighth grade math. I had an EIP class of math, like a remediation math. Um, But yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. You have to like the where those kids are and what they're going through hormonally, like they are naturally more mature, they're wiser, they know a little bit more than what they did in first grade. And so, but then it's like, do you hold those teachers to a higher standard just because the kids are more aware? So just an interesting thing. Had to share y'all my 2 cents, but I really do feel like we should bring back, sex education in schools, because I can't tell you how many girls I had to teach about what a period was, because it's happened in the middle of class. Like you'd be in the middle of class and the girl would be like, um, and they're like freaking out, and then you have to tell them what it is, and so that's look, that's another chatted up Saturdays. All right. So Joy said yes, you think it should be taught in college, or during the gal training days. Bottom line, dress with the job in mind. There you go. You shouldn't dress for the club or the bank. I like that. Dress for the job in mind. That could be like a whole little hashtag. Dress with the job in mind. He said, well, if students could see their teachers dressing professionally or at least decently, coupled with seeing it at home, there would be no need for major teaching on how to dress, just reinforcement. Mm, that was so deep. That was so deep. But yeah, you're right that the dressing at home is, but I mean that, hey, but do we have control over that? Like I think modern times, I remember, like I stated, my first public school that I taught at, um, it was 100% Title One, 100% Title One, and we had a parent. Never forget, we had a few parents that all did the same occupation, but we had a parent come in with literally, when I say nothing, I meant nothing. She had just got off work, but she had like a little tube top and this little bitty thing. But she worked at the strip club, and she came to school like that, and all the kids was like, "That's your mama, that's your mama," and they were just going crazy like kids. But you're right, if the kids sees it at home, and they don't see any difference when they go to school, like, so it is, it's going to have to take more of a society of setting that precedence of, okay, what do we dress like, because I feel like it has gotten loose everywhere you go. I mean, everywhere other than places maybe like McDonald's that have a uniform, but for the most part, a lot of places you go are more relaxed now. So yeah, good point. As far as all around the board, if we were dressed at school and at home, all on the same accord. Um, oh, I think we addressed that. Oh no, that's the same one. Okay, same comment. I think you just switched some things up. Okay, you said yes, indeed. Address dress code across the board. Okay, maybe in service for everyone about conduct, behavior, teachers with principals and students with counselors. Oh, I like that. So maybe have like a designated person, like for teachers need to go to the principal and students need to go to the counselor. They don't even really reinforce it in students. I remember growing up, ours was, it was two of them. It was like what, the 4 inches above the knee, and if their hand went down, then it couldn't hit their lowest finger. But they don't even do that. I see kids, y'all. Oh my goodness, y'all let me know. Do y'all have any kids that come with the booty shorts? Like their shorts are so short. I see so many little girls now, and even like in my daughter's school, I mean they're 3 and 4, but their shorts are so short. And so then like it was like, hey, but think about what's being made. They don't make long shorts like for real anymore. And so then it's like, um, what do we do? Do you get the shorter shorts for kids? But that was a thing. Their shorts had to be long. But now, like we are saying, dress codes really aren't enforced. Why? Because there's so many kids that don't come to school. Like, what do you do when a kid shows up and they're not in dress code? You see if they can find something else and then just tell them next time do better. So it's like, hey, he said you've heard of schools actually tell parents not to drop their kids off with bonnets and slippers. Now I have heard that. That was actually at my daughter's school. They did had to like do a random how to come, when you drop off your kid. And I literally asked, I said, people come to work school like that? They were like, yes. And I was like, oh, oh, that's a thing. Oh, that's a thing. But yeah, so maybe what schools should do, just in being proactive, is we almost need to like revamp dress code, what teachers should look like, what students should look like, what parents should look like. And for my administrators out there, that are watching this, like that would be a really good thing to go ahead and set in place. And it also starts from the head up. I feel like if you go to the district level, they do a great job from what I see, dressing very professional. But then it seems like when you go to the more school level, it's more relaxed. And so maybe does need to be a just like a code of contact. What are the expectations as a parent, like how you guys need to come to pick up your kid as a kid, and as a teacher, and then what are we going to do? Don't just set up something if somebody doesn't have, because some people, they might not have it. Maybe all they have was the provocative button up t-shirt. Maybe that's all they had in their closet. So then it's like, what do you do if they don't have it? But I mean, for a teacher, you should be able to like have something that doesn't look like you're going to the club. But like, so then it's like, what do we do? So I think that's a great solution that, look, we've all come up with. That there does need to be something in place for dress code. So definitely, I feel like the consensus is Miss Diaz should be able to keep her job. We are rooting for you to keep your job. And I have to share really quick. I know we are talking about dress code in schools, but definitely wanted you to know there is some big news. We have some big things rolling out here with everything Aja. And it is time for back to school season. And as back to school season, have to share some new things with you. So, imagine having a bank of lessons that encourage optimal engagement for students. Imagine having a lesson planning system that actually saves you hours of planning, having schedules, routines, transitions, and management tools allowing you to be stress free. Imagine having simplicity and clarity, knowing what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach. Imagine having effective reading professional developments at your fingertips, getting new tips and tricks monthly according to your reading best practices. Imagine having high reading growth in students that actually surpass your goals and being supported along the journey by a professional. Well, coming up in just a little over 2 weeks, I have my free workshop, The Three Secrets to Teaching Reading with Ease. You can go ahead and save your spot. In this workshop, I'll share what everyone gets wrong about teaching reading, the game changing mind shift that will have your reading instruction run on autopilot, how to reimagine what's possible and come up with a system that's fun and simple, and of course, the one step you can implement to achieve high growth while working less. So I have that coming up in 2 weeks, September 19th. I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to share all of my tips and tricks with you because, like I stated, teaching it already has so much that comes with it. So my job here is to help you teach reading effectively, and a part of that is by helping you get rid of the overwhelm, by making teaching reading as simple and strategic as possible. So definitely want you to join me on the workshop. I'm about to put the link down below in the chat box. And before that, here on YouTube, I'm going to do a 5-day challenge here. It starts, let me look, September 12th through 16th. So it's 5 days of free reading training because we are going back to school. We are getting ready for the new school year. I want to help you as much as possible. So we're going to do everything between setting up our classrooms for reading success. The entire challenge is preparing for success in reading. And so each one of those 5 days, I'm going to be doing a new training for you guys of how to set up your classroom and your environment for success in reading. And then you have the workshop on the 19th that will really help you with my system. I have a proven system to make reading and just teaching in general simple and strategic because y'all, let's work smarter, not harder. Teaching comes with so many things already on itself. So I want to help you manage all those pieces. You guys know with reading, you have guided reading, you have your whole group reading, you have phonics, you have fluency, you have comprehension, you have all these things. So yay! So definitely want to help you do all of that strategically, and so definitely sign up for the workshop. Like I stated, the link is down below in the chat box. And I also want you to know, I know we're starting school. I don't know, y'all let me know who out there hasn't even started yet. I know Labor Day is like literally this weekend. So a lot of you guys, you're starting next Tuesday. So definitely want you to go and spread the word. I do offer professional development in schools. So there is my email and my website. You can definitely give this to your administrators, give this to your principals, districts, leaders, anybody you know. I would love, love, love to come and work with you individually and as a group. So definitely help spread the word. Word of mouth is the most powerful tool. He said, sounds great. Awesome. I know I'll see you there. Whoop, whoop. Oh, so you're talking about the dress code. Okay. So wait, I'll go back. I'll go back. But definitely wanted to share you guys with that. And I really, really, really cannot wait to see you guys live on the workshop and in the 5-day challenge as we prepare the school year for success. Even if you've already started school, you do not want to miss this challenge because every single day I'm giving out freebies and y'all just gotta come. You just gotta come. You just gotta come. But I'm gonna give you everything you need to really take these practices and immediately implement. One thing about me is I love working smarter, not harder. And so I want teaching to be as easy for you. I don't want you to be, I always teach for the younger version of myself, that person that was like, can somebody just teach me how, make this simple and easy for me? So definitely want to do that. So like I said, the link to that is in the chat box. Cannot wait to join you in the live workshop. All right, so Bonnie, sorry. I told y'all my brain. I went 72 hours being sick, and now my brain all over the place. I'm sorry. Bonnie, you said booty shorts, see-through shirts, all of that not appropriate. All right. When you taught at Winbrook, you were an advisor. Okay, for Eloquent Club. I did that in elementary school. Oh my God. My grandmother made me sign up. My grandmother made me sign up. And I think we had it one of the public schools I taught at, they had a club like that, and they taught the girls like how to eat at a formal setting, how to set up a table, how ladies walk. Like I remember when I was a kid, we learned how ladies walk in the class, into a car, on a date, how you wait for a man to open the door. I love it. I love it. So I'm glad that still those kind of things are still around. Okay. I'm back to the comment. You said you address properly dressing for different occasions and body and hygiene. So good, good, good. So you were doing it. Even while you were teaching. He says, sign up, guys, lots of value. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, yes, thanks. Look, Bonnie knows she is a member of my Teaching by Design program. So she gets all the amazing challenging challenges and bonuses and weekly, I mean not weekly, but monthly professional development. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. Chat it up Saturday. We have been talking it up, seeing if teachers should be fired based on their looks. If this is your first Saturday, go ahead, catch up on all the other ones, because we talk about hot topics in education. And feel free to drop down any topics down below. I know Bonnie has already given me a list of things she wants to talk about. So definitely open to new topics, new conversations. So definitely put in your request, what it is that you see in the news and the media that you're like, oh, we should talk about it. That would be a great conversation. So let us know. And make sure you guys vote. If you haven't already voted, we are at a 50-50 tie between Chat It Up Saturdays and Say It Saturdays. So I said I was going to cut off the poll this Saturday, but we are literally at a tie. So please go to the community post and just vote if you like Chat It Up Saturday or Say It Saturday so that we can officially name our Saturday chats. And don't forget, hang out with us next Saturday at 10 o'clock. And this week, we have a new video coming out Tuesday and Thursday. I just did a video. If you are new to structured literacy, make sure you check that video out. So many of us are going from balanced literacy to structured literacy, and there is a huge difference between the two. And so in that video, I share 5 really simple tips of how to get started with structured literacy. So if you are new, I'm going to put that in the chat box too. If you are new or your administration or district is changing and you realize that you have all new professional developments and you're like, what in the world is this? Then definitely check out that video because I talk about what to do during the shift. There's a huge shift right now. So definitely check out that video and mark your calendar for September 12th through the 16th to hang out with me. I'm going to do it every night at 7 o'clock. Short reading training as we get our classrooms prepared for success in reading, leading us up into the free workshop, The 3 Secrets to Teaching Reading with Ease. So I will see you guys in the upcoming month, in the upcoming weeks. I don't know why I said month. I told y'all I've been sick for 3 days. So I just thank God that I'm here. Thank you guys for coming. It was nice seeing you guys again. Bye, Keisha. Bye, Joy. Bye, Bonnie. Bye, everybody. See you guys next Saturday. Love y'all.